you go, Kevin. We got Tomb Raider 1 through 3, the Remastered Edition, which just came out on the 14th. I still have not yet downloaded it. I will be doing that after the stream tonight, so I am pretty excited to go get that. But the company Asper got the ability to remake, or it's not really a remake, it's more of a remaster of the original core 1 through 3 video games for Lara Croft. I always want to say Laura because that's not her fucking name, it's Lara. But they remastered it. It sounds like everybody's having a good old time with it. And Kevin, did you ever play those games? I love those games. I can't get enough of them. Been a fan for years. It's basically the first game I bought when I got my first PlayStation 1 right around college time. Played the hell out of those 3 games. I think I even played through Angel of Darkness. Angel of Darkness is where I kind of tuned out, and then they got a lot more 3D after that. And then we've got the newer ones, which I like the first 1/2, but the last one, I think it's called Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I'm not really a fan of that one. I think they rushed that one out. But what did you think, Kevin? You've seen this in the news.
I've never ever played Tomb Raider, not a single one of them.
God damn it, you're fired.
I know. I was never a fan of third-person style, like over-the-shoulder style gaming in the late 90s when Resident Evil came out. I'm like, this is stupid. I didn't like it. Like, I love side-scrollers. Mario 64 was kind of for me. I didn't care for it.
Okay, I get that.
But Doom and Dark Forces, that was my jam. I liked the first-person shooter games. But my buddy Brian had me, we were playing over at his house. We were just farting around on the internet, and he was playing Resident Evil 2. And that kind of grabbed me by the bobos. I was like, well, this is kind of interesting looking. Like, I like zombies and monsters and shit.
Yeah.
So that's what eventually got me into this style of game. But previously, I'd never gotten into Tomb Raider. Like that, the plot line didn't really grab me so much as shooting aliens.
Oh, no, that's true. And also around this time, they came out with like a Dino Crisis game, which I'm a huge fan of the first 2. I know there's a third one, but that was like an Xbox exclusive that I just was like, I'm not buying an Xbox just for one fucking game. and I'm not much for first-person shooters.
Oh, wow.
So that eliminates me from most live streaming of video games for ones that people want to watch third person and stuff. We're working on a setup, everybody. So eventually we're going to be doing some game streaming around here. But, you know, I got this picture up. This is from TombRaiderHorizons.com. So be sure you hit that up. But this is like the comparison between like the original version and the classic look and the modern version. And you can definitely tell the work that's gone into this. And largely you can toggle between the graphics during this game. So if you want to go between the classic and modern, all you got to do is hit a certain setting or a button and it just clicks right over for you. And the gameplay, you can have the classic tank controls or you can have the more modern controls. From what I'm hearing, the same old classic issues with the tank controls still exist. But if you move over to the modern ones, it has its own set of sort of issues, but I guess you get used to it. So if you really want to work with like the analog sticks and whatnot, you can do that. It just takes a little time for adjustment. So if you're a brand new gamer, gonna be up to you how you want to play this and how you want to tackle it. For some of us old school gamers like myself, I'm probably gonna have the modern graphics going, but the classic controls going, because I'm so familiar with the tank controls, because I played the hell out of these games. I nearly, my thumb hurt like shit for like weeks because I played Tomb Raider 2 so damn much. And like trying to hold like the D-pad down just right and just long enough, or just all over the place, that just fucking hurt for a couple weeks after I was done with that game, but I couldn't stop playing. So I put in a lot of hours and just so much fun. And it's nice to see this franchise get a breath of fresh air going again. Crystal Dynamics is apparently working on a brand new Lara Croft, what some people are calling the more modern games, because it's not Lara. It's a completely different character, completely different set of vibes and atmosphere and what they're doing with the games and the narratives. I like the first reboot. I play that enough, but the second and third one, not so much. But so they're working on one, and they were not a fan that this actually came out. And you actually shared something with me previously about a headline going on because of the trigger warning that came at the beginning of this game. And let's see, did you have that in here, Kevin?
Yeah, right here.
Yep.
So these games the games in this collection contain offensive depictions of people and cultures rooted in racial and ethnic prejudices. These stereotypes are deeply harmful, inexcusable, and do not align with our values at Crystal Dynamics. Rather than removing this content, we have chosen to present it here in its original form, unaltered, in the hopes that we may acknowledge its harmful impact and learn from it.
Yeah. What the fuck?
I don't know. I didn't play those games, so I don't know what tribes they're referring to.
It could be the cannibals, it could be the monks, but the monks don't attack you if you don't attack them first. They're actually pretty peaceful and badass looking. It could be, I don't know, the tiger here shooting animals, and somebody from PETA is working over at Crystal Dynamics. I don't know what the fuck's going on with them. They want nothing to do with these original games, but they still have involvement. Their parent group is they went to Asper and they got this done, and they did it looks like a great job. Not changing the story, but Crystal Dynamics has enough of a say to be like, yeah, but we're gonna put this on at the beginning of the game because it's very insensitive. Like, no, it's fucking not. Did you even play these games? They're fucking fiction. The hell?
Kinda. And again, we weren't still the most like mentally or socially inclusive society even in 97, but ideas of tribes and relic hunting were all pretty much the same and still are. Like I don't think they necessarily need to be apologizing for that aspect. Like the enormous boobs that Lara had, maybe apologize for that. Say we toned them down just a little bit, but to say tribal people are being misrepresented because they're being presented as being tribal in this game, I without actually playing it, I don't know. It sounds like a loose apology, but one that a lot of companies are making now.
Yeah. They're shoehorning it in there. It doesn't need to be there, but at least they didn't go in and be like, hey, you got to remove this from the game. You got to remove that from the game. So it's like, which of the worst options do you choose? You get a stupid screen like that at the beginning, or do you actually have them go in and completely fuck around with the game? It's like the lesser of two evils, or here's a thought, neither. That's an option. Option C is a great option. Just remake the game or remaster the game, put it out, let it speak for itself. It's a piece. I know. There's the arguments. Video games are not art. Well, much like art, books, art, paintings, writing, poetry, television, film, things from 30 years ago made sense 30 years ago. You do not bring them to 2024 and you completely clip scenes because somebody said a bad word or because somebody did this or somebody did that to somebody. That's not socially acceptable. It's fucking art, people. What the hell are you doing? Get off your high horse, keep things as is, use that as a teachable thing. Leave it there. You don't need to have a warning at the beginning of a book or a trigger warning before a movie or a show. Just showing the goddamn fucking movie, like The French Connection. This was the thing about a year ago. They clipped out a particular scene regarding a Gene Hackman saying something very, very racially, unacceptable. Well, that was his character. He was an asshole and racist and a bigot.
Did y'all ever see Mississippi Burning?
Well,
was
it'd be
even
the
worse.
same thing of doing that, putting that kind of a warning on the front of that. It's like, yo, we know what kind of shit we're watching with this stuff. And if you're an adult and you're showing something like that to your kid, hey, I hope they're old enough, but that's up to you as a parent to decide that. Like,
You should
I
let
don't
them
know.
know immediately that everything you're about to see is evil and wrong. Don't treat people like shit.
Yeah.
Just be nice to one another.
So Crystal Dynamics is full of shit. What else is new? Water's wet.
Crime
Sky
Wave in
is
Gotham.
blue. Things never change, but at least we got what looks to be a great remaster out of it. So we're gonna focus here on the positive as we wrap up Tomb Raider coverage. But this looks dope. Everybody seems to be enjoying it, and I can't wait to get my hands into this game. That's another Dead Wire Live with Kevin and Jeff. Hopefully you like our little stream going on. We hope to have some guests join us in the future. So thank you everybody for tuning in. If you like this video, please hit the like button. We'd greatly appreciate it. Comment down below. You got any thoughts about anything we covered here or anything we didn't cover that we might have missed that you'd like us to talk about anytime in the future? Please throw that comment below, and also please subscribe. We're working hard towards getting to 500. We'd love to hit that little milestone sooner rather than later. So please subscribe, hit the little bell notification. We have some fun content on our channel. We have old podcast episodes we're uploading. We also have our 0 Point reviews where we talk about films. We'd like to review them and get a little wacky with them. So please check us out. And thank you everybody for tuning in. We'll see you all next time.